Hi, welcome to the Rock and Roll Show. I'm your host, Doug Elliott. This week we will pay our respects to Bob Weir, who died on January 10th, 2026. Bobby was the rhythm guitarist and one of the two main vocalists for the Grateful Dead, and he wrote or co-wrote several of their best-known songs. Weir was born Robert Hall Parber in San Francisco on October 16, 1947, to a couple of college students who were unable to care for him. So, he was put up for adoption and was raised by Frederick and Eleanor Weir. Bobby started playing piano and trumpet before switching to guitar as a young teenager. He was dyslexic and he had trouble as a student, eventually being expelled by several schools and finally dropping out in 1963 at the age of 16. Luckily for him, while out walking on New Year's Eve that same year, he heard a banjo being played and he followed the sound to a music store, where he found a 21-year-old Jerry Garcia warming up to give some lessons. Weir and Garcia spent that entire evening playing together, and the rest, as they say, is history. The Dead started as the Warlocks in 1965, and then later that year they changed their name to Grateful Dead, with the original lineup of Weir on rhythm, Garcia on lead guitar, Phil Esch on bass, Bill Kreutzmann on drums, and Pigpen McKernan on keyboards. Toss in second drummer Mickey Hart and lyricist Robert Hunter in 1967, and you have the basic lineup that lasted roughly 30 years until Garcia's death in 1995. We'll start with one of Bob Weir's most iconic Dead songs, written with Robert Hunter and released in 1970. Here's Sugar Magnolia.
Sugar Magnolia, blossoms blooming, that's all empty and I don't care. So my baby down by the river, knew she'd have to come up soon for air. Sweet blossom, come on, under the willow, we can have high times if you'll abide. We can discover the wonders of nature, rolling in the rushes down by the riverside. She's got everything delightful, she's got everything I need. Takes the wheel when I'm seeing double, pays my ticket when I speak. She comes skimming through rays of violet, she can wait in a drop of dew. She don't come and I don't follow, waits backstage while I sing to you. But she can dance a Cajun rhythm, jump like a Willis in four-wheel drive. She's a summer love in the spring, fall, and winter. She can make happy any man alive. Sugar Magnolia, ringing that bluebird, caught up in sunlight, going out singing, all walking in the sunshine. Come on, honey, come along with me. She's got everything delightful, she's got everything I need. A breeze in the pines in the summer night, moonlight, crazy in the sunlight, yes indeed. Sometimes when the cuckoo's crying, when the moon is halfway down, sometimes when the night is dying, I take me out and I wander around. Sunshine daydream, walking in the tall trees, going where the wind goes, blooming like a red rose, breathing more freely, light out singing, I walk in the morning sunshine. Quiet, get prepared. It's gonna be a party tonight. Hey, Saturday night. Yeah. One more Saturday night. Hey, Saturday night. Everybody's dancing down the local armory with a basement full of dynamite and live artillery. Temperature keep rising, everybody getting high. Come the rockets struck at midnight. Place is gonna fly high. Hey, Saturday night. Yeah. One more Saturday night. Hey, Saturday night. Turn on channel 6, the president comes on the news and says I get no satisfaction. That's why I sing the blues. That's why I say don't get crazy, Lord, you know just what to do. Crank up that old joy, break out your rocking shoes. Hey, Saturday night. Yeah. One more Saturday night. Hey, Saturday night. Then God way up in heaven for whatever it was worth. Thought he'd have a big old party, thought he'd tell the planet Earth. Don't worry about tomorrow, Lord, you know it when it comes. When the rock and roll music meets the rising shining sun. Hey, Saturday night. Yeah. One more Saturday night. Oh, Saturday night. Hey, another Saturday night. Hey, another Saturday night. Everybody's getting wild. Hey, another Saturday night. One more Saturday night. Hey, another Saturday night. Hey, another Saturday night. Another Saturday night. One more Saturday night. Hey, another Saturday night. Hey, another Saturday night. Hey, another Saturday night. One more Saturday
Bobby wrote One More Saturday Night for his first solo album, Ace, which came out in 1972. And that song was a staple of their live shows, and it was the encore song to the first Dead show I ever saw. More on that later. Of course, everybody knows that the Dead's live shows were legendary. Deadheads followed them around and recorded every show, with the band's blessing, and tapes were circulated widely. You can find a set list and a recording of nearly any live show they ever did. In fact, there are some Dead songs that exist only in live form. No studio versions exist. Here's an example. It was written by Bob Weir and Robert Hunter. Jack Straw was performed over 500 times live, and it is a fan favorite.
We can share the women, we can share the wine. We can share what we got of yours, 'cause we done shared all of mine. Keep on rolling, just a mile to go. Keep on rolling, my old buddy, you're moving much too slow. I just jumped the watchman right outside the fence. Took his rings for bucks and change. Ain't that heaven sent? Hurts my ears to listen, Shannon, burns my eyes to see. Cut down a nanny gold, but Shannon might as well be me. We used to play for silver, now we play for life. And once for sport and once for blood at the point of the knife. And now the die is shaking, now the diamond fall. There ain't a winner in the game. He don't go home with all, not with all. Leaving Texas, 4th day of July. Sun so hot, the clouds so low, the eagles fill the sky. Catch the Detroit lightning out of Santa Fe. The Great Northern out and shining from sea to shining sea. Gotta go to Tulsa, first string we can ride. Gotta settle one old score, one small point of pride. There ain't a place a man can hide, Shannon. We'll keep him from the sun. Ain't a bed can't give us rest now. You keep us on the run. Jack Straw from Wichita cut his money down. In Dodgeball Hill, the shallow grave, and laid his body down. Half a mile from Tucson, by the morning light. One man gone and another to go. My old buddy, you're moving much too slow. We can share the women, we can share the wine.
Welcome back. We're celebrating the life and music of Bob Weir today. Everybody associates Weir with the Grateful Dead, of course, but over his 60-year career he had several solo projects, and he was in a bunch of other bands, including Kingfish, Bobby and the Midnights, Rat Dog, Further, and Dead and Company. This set will feature 3 of Weir's solo efforts, which, to be fair, used the Dead as his backing band. All 3 of these songs became concert staples for Dead shows. We'll lead off with Mexicali Blues.
Laid back in an old saloon with a Paso in my hand, watching flies and children on the street. And I catch a glimpse of black-eyed girls who giggle when I smile. There's a little boy that wants to shine my feet. And it's 3 days ride from Bakersfield, and I don't know why I came. I guess I came to keep from paying dues. So instead I've got a bottle and a girl who's just 14 and a damn good case of the Mexicali blues. Yeah, is there anything a man don't stand to lose? When the devil wants to take it all away, cherish well your thoughts, keep a tight grip on your booze, 'cause thinking and drinking are all I have today. She said her name was Billie Jean, she was fresh in town. I didn't know a stage line ran from hell. She had raven hair, a ruffled dress, a necklace made of gold, all the French perfume you'd care to smell. She took me up into her room, whispered in my ear, "Go on, my friend, do anything you choose." Now I'm paying for those happy hours I spent there in her arms, with a lifetime's worth of the Mexicali blues. Yeah, is there anything a man don't stand to lose? When the devil wants to take it all away, cherish well your thoughts, keep a tight grip on your booze, 'cause thinking and drinking are all I have today. Then a man rode into town and some thought he was the law. Billie Jean was waiting when he came. She told me he would take her if I didn't use my gun. I'd have no one but myself to blame. I went down to those dusty streets, love was on my mind. I guess that stranger hadn't heard the news, 'cause I shot first and killed him, Lord, he didn't even draw. And he made me trade the gallows for the Mexicali blues. Yeah, is there anything a man don't stand to lose? When he lets a woman hold him in her hands, you just might find yourself out there on horseback in the dark, just riding and running across those desert sands. Some folks trust in reason, others trust in mind. I don't trust in nothing, but I know we come out right. Say it once again now. Whoa, I hope you understand. When it's done and over, Lord, a man is just a man. Playing in the band. Daybreak on the land. stream. I can tell by the mark he left you were in his dream. Our child of countless trees, our child of boundless seas. What you are, what you're meant to be. Speaks his name, though you were born to me. Born to me, Cassidy. Lost now on the country miles in his Cadillac. I can tell by the way he smiles, he's rolling back. Come wash the nighttime clean. Come grow the scorched ground green. Blow the horn, tap the tambourine. Close the gap of the dark years in between you and me, Cassidy. Quick beats in an icy heart. A catch roll draws a coffin pot. There he goes, now here she stops. Hear her cry. Light up the seabed, scattered like lost where. Wheel to the storm and fly. Fare thee well now, let your life proceed by its own design. Nothing to tell now, let the words be yours, I'm done with mine. Fare thee well now, let your life proceed by its own design. Nothing to tell now, let the words be yours, I'm done with mine.
I do love that song. Cassidy was written by Bobby and a guy named John Barlow, and it shows off Bob's voice as he does two-part harmony with a gal named Donna Godshaw. Before that, we heard the live version of Weir's Playing in the Band. Stay tuned. We'll hear more from Bob Weir when we return.
Truckin', got my chips cashed in. Keep truckin' like the Doodah Man. Together, more or less in line. Just keep truckin' on.
Arrows of neon and flashing marquees out on Main Street. Chicago, New York, Detroit, and it's all on the same street. A typical city involved in a typical daydream. Hang it up and see what tomorrow brings.
Dallas, got a soft machine. Houston, too close to New Orleans. New York, got the ways and means and just won't let you be.
Most of the cats that you meet on the street speak of true love. Most of the time they're sitting and crying at home. One of these days they know they gotta get going, out of the door and down to the street all alone.
Truckin' like the doodah man once told me, you got to play your hand. Sometimes the cards ain't worth a dime if you don't lay 'em down. Sometimes the light's all shining on me, other times I can barely see. Lately it occurs to me, what a long, strange trip it's been.
What in the world ever became of Sweet Jane? She lost her sparkle, you know she isn't the same. Living on reds, vitamin C and cocaine. All a friend can say is ain't it a shame.
Truckin' up to Buffalo, been thinking you got to mellow slow. It takes time to pick a place to go and just keep trucking on.
Sitting and staring out of the hotel window, got a tip they're gonna kick the door in again. I'd like to get some sleep before I travel, but if you got a warrant, I guess you're gonna come in.
Busted down on Bourbon Street, set up like a bowling pin. Knocked down, it gets to wearing thin, it just won't let you be.
You're sick of hanging around, you like to travel. Get tired of traveling, you wanna settle down. I guess they can't revoke us all the trying. Get out of the door, light out and look all around.
Sometimes the light's all shining on me, other times I can barely see. Lately it occurs to me, what a long, strange trip it's been. Truckin', I'm going home. Whoa, whoa, baby, back where I belong. Back home, sit down and patch my bones and get back truckin' home.
Well, you knew you were going to hear that one eventually. Truckin' is the Dead's signature tune, and Bobby's vocals are especially good as he skillfully delivers Robert Hunter's tongue-twisting lyrics. Truckin' was added to the Library of Congress and declared a national treasure in 1997, which is kind of funny when you consider the song is about a drug bust in New Orleans in 1970. And oh yeah, the Dead did drugs. They and many of their fans were especially fond of weed and hallucinogens. So now for the story of my first Dead show. And no debauchery on my part. It was August of 1980 in the college town of Edwardsville, Illinois, at an outdoor venue called the Mississippi River Festival. Picnic baskets and blankets were okay, but you could not bring alcohol in. So I'm in line, just behind a couple, and the ticket taker is checking out their thermos. "What's in it?" he asks. "Lemonade," they say. "Well, I need to check it to be sure," he says. And, no kidding, the guy pushes the little button on the spout and takes a sip of what is in the thermos. And I say, "Man, do you know what you're doing?" And the gal behind me says, I wouldn't do that at a Dead show. And the guy behind her says, yeah, man, that could have been like 200 micrograms of LSD you just drank. And we all started to laugh. And the poor ticket taker just stared at us in disbelief. But I'll tell you this, he didn't bother checking anybody else's thermos as we entered. As for the show, the band was great, the crowd was fascinating to watch, and I will never, ever forget it. Our next Bob Weir song is called Estimated Profit, and at that first show I saw, it went on for about 11 minutes. Because after all, the Dead are the godfathers of all jam bands. Sorry, hardcores, but today we will hear the studio version. Welcome back to The Rock Show as we pay our respects to the late Bobby Weir of the Dead. Bob loved cowboy songs, and thanks to him, I learned a lot of the great American catalog of Western songs. We'll hear 3 cowboy songs sung by Weir, the first with the band Kingfish, the second 2 live with the Dead.
To the town of Agua Fria rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make the slip. Stranger there among them had a big iron on his head. Big iron on his head. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more. 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was an Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead, and he said it didn't matter, that he was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the Ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Now the morning passed so quickly, and it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew this handsome Ranger was about to meet his death. About to meet his death. There was 20 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the Ranger still talked about today. Texas Red had not clear left, ere a bullet fairly ripped, and the Ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment, and the crowd all gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Well, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the Ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match the Ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Me and my uncle went riding down
South Colorado, West Texas bound. We stopped over in Santa Fe that day in the port, just about halfway. Hey, and you know it was the hottest part of the day. And I took the horses up to the stall, went to the bar room, ordered drinks for all. 3 days in the saddle, you know my body hurt. It been summer, I took off my shirt, and I tried to wash off some of that dusty dirt. A West Texas cowboy, there's all around. With liquor and money, they load it down. So soon after payday, no, it seemed a shame. You know my uncle, he starts a friendly game. And a high-low jack and the women take the hand. Cowboys got sore. One of them called in, and then two more. Accused him of cheating. Oh no, it couldn't be. I know my uncle, he's as honest as me. Hey, no, I'm as honest as a demon man can be. That's me. But one of them cowboys, he starts to draw, and I shot him down low, but he never saw. Shot me another, that man he won't go, whoa. In the confusion, my uncle grabbed the gold. Hey, and we hightailed it down to Mexico. Now I love those cowboys, I let they go. Love my uncle, God rest his soul. Taught me good love, taught me all I know. Taught him so well. Well, I grabbed that coat, and I left this dead ass there by the side of the road.
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Nighttime would find me and roses came to her. Music would play and Felina would whirl. Black of the night were the eyes of Felina, wicked and evil while casting a spell. My love was strong for this Mexican maiden. I was in love, but in vain I could tell. One night a wild young cowboy came in, wild as the West Texas sweet. Dashing and daring and drinking was sharing with wicked Felina, the girl that I love. So in anger, challenged his right for the love of this maiden, with his hand for the gun that he wore. My challenge was answered in less than a heartbeat, but some young stranger lay dead on the floor. Just for a moment, I stood there in silence, shocked by the foul, evil deed I had done. Many thoughts raced through my mind as I stood there. I had one chance, that was to run. Out through the back door of roses I ran, but not where the horses were tied. Take a good one and look back there. I'm on his back and away I did ride. Just as fast as I could from the West Texas town of El Paso, up through the Badlands of New Mexico. Back in El Paso, my life would be worthless. Everything's gone and nothing is left. But it's been so long since I've seen the young maiden, I feel stronger than my fear of death. I saddled
was Bob Weir and the Dead's take on the old Marty Robbins classic, El Paso. Thank you, Bobby, for turning me on to Americana music, because after all, that is the best description I can give for Bob Weir's music. It's all American, bluesy, folksy, country, psychedelic, all wrapped up into one. Bob recorded and toured tirelessly from 65 up till his death in 26. He's a Hall of Famer, and he was honored with a Presidential Medal at the Kennedy Center in 2024. Now, I loved Jerry, of course, but Bobby was my favorite. May you rest in peace, Bob Weir. Thank you for the music. And thank you for tuning in. Till next week, this is your Sky Guy, signing out.